Hey Hahn, I'm just recording your results from your healing session, so don't forget. So I kind of keep most of the stuff fresh. I do it right away. So when I called forth first I'll explain the process. First, I clear my own energy with sage and Palo Santo. I go through. I listen to some deep Native American drum music to kind of put me in a trance state. And then once I do that, I'm all cleared in my energy. I sit down, I remove my head, my own ego, and I ask for your higher self to come through me to communicate. So I do this through a series of breathing, meditating. I remove my ego so my own mind doesn't get in the way. And then I invite your higher self in. Your higher self almost was being led by, well, I got an image of you. And your higher self was kind of leading you, holding your hand. And then your energy was very light. Your higher self energy was light. It came through nice and strong, not heavy strong, but nice energy, very energetic. And pretty cooperative. I asked your higher self what its name was, and the term came Shama. So your higher self wanted me to refer it as Shama. And Shama is just, I think, the representative energy of what your higher self came through. It's not only that, but this was what the focus was on. So I asked Shama, is it Shama? And I get an internal yes or no. So it reassured me that it was Shama. And then I go through your energy centers to see what I need to work on during the healing process. You had quite a bit of energy in here. Everything felt pretty good. There was a little pain in the heart. And then in the solar plexus, which is your gut, your internal knowing, your connection of divine wisdom and knowledge was in the gut, and I had kind of like a knife feel there. I don't know if you ever got hurt or hurt your left side of your rib or ever experienced pain there, but I'll get into that in a little bit. And then I just go through your sacral and your root chakra. There was a lot of energy in your feet and your hands, and that represented to me, well, first of all, the feet can be represented to the tribe, your family, your past, your connections to family, but it also represents grounding. So I believe Shama was saying that you needed grounding to Mother Earth, and she said yes. I refer it as a feminine energy. She also said she would like you to get outside more, connect to nature, connect your feet to Mother Earth, even going on the beach barefoot. Get out in Mother Earth and it will ground all that energy you got going up in here. It'll help to ground you to Mother Earth, ground your energy to the physical world, ground that which is in your heart to your physical world. So basically, they did want me to work on your solar plexus and your heart area. And obviously everything is all interwoven, expanded, and connected. Anyways, everything works together. So when I went through that, afterwards, when I was working, what I do is I bring forth your energetic body. Even though you weren't present, I bring forth your energy as if it was there. And I really felt the stab again in the left ribs. And prior to this, when I was sitting with your higher self and when I was doing this, she was communicating to me needing to stand in your power, to trust what is in your gut, to take ownership of that, to connect and trust what is in your gut, what you feel in your gut is right, what you feel in your heart, and feel that in your gut, to trust that, to stand in that. And I literally, they literally had me pull a knife out. So I believe you have an attachment. Maybe when you grew up, you didn't feel, or you weren't thought of as being able to trust yourself and what you felt. You literally had a knife stuck in your solar plexus, Hahn. They literally had me rip it out, throw it to the depths of Mother Earth to be burnt, to gotten rid of. And then with that knife instead, they had me insert a sword of truth connecting you, and it goes right straight up in through from your spirit to your grounding, and it's literally in you. They had me put a sword of truth in your truth, giving you the power to cut away others' beliefs, cut away beliefs that you still hold that aren't yours. They want you to use that sword to cut away things you don't want in your life, beliefs that are not serving you, to give you the power to stand in your strength, to trust yourself. They want you to really, really stand in your power of your heart, in your strength. And that knife that was in you, I think it might go back to childhood and right up to this point of having that feeling that you can't trust yourself, that you need to have sometimes others lead you or help you to get where you want to go. And it's saying you have the power within. You have the power of your divine wisdom and strength within you. And before that I did that, I always draw cards asking for guidance on what to work on. And this was one of your cards, Hahn. And what it is, it's a little splat of seagull bird poop. And what it's telling you is to relax, to let things, don't feel like you have to take so much control and focus on the problem. Relax into the heart of who you are and tune into what you really want. And it's important to get out the voices of others. And they want you to not even tune to the voices of others. Could be friends, could be family, loved ones, any of them. They want you to let that go and to tune into the heart of who you are. And what this card is telling you is to relax. And what it says is, when you try too hard to achieve a desired result, this can actually repel the thing you want because you're emitting an energy of hardship. This creates a blockage in the flow. When you relax in the knowing, it will work out the energy abundantly. And when you have to go to the bathroom and stuff, you gotta just kind of relax and out it comes. So it's also just telling you, when you relax, you can dispel and get rid of energies that don't serve you. When you can relax and listen to your heart and trust in your gut, that heart, what is in your heart is true. You can relax and it helps to relieve other people's thoughts, other people's beliefs, things that don't serve you. So it's telling you to relax. And as you do that and you relax, what happens is, in this picture here, you can almost see like a little wings here. You will be able to fly more freely, flow more freely. They're like little feathery wings. I don't know if you can see that. But it's telling you, when you can relax, relinquish control, you will then replace control with the wings to fly freely from your heart, from what's within you, and trusting in that. And another card that I pulled too, I pulled these cards before I was actually working on you, but I'm just letting you know now. Another one you got was divine wisdom. Isn't this beautiful? This is all within you, Hahn. All this knowledge, this book, when you can trust and tune into your gut feeling and your heart, everything is within you. So again, the emphasis is on not listening to the outside world. Listen to your heart. What does Hahn want? And this is telling you, you have all the answers within. And it's yellow. Also, it is the solar plexus chakra, your inner knowing. All your divine wisdom and inner knowing is in your gut. Trust it. Everything to do with you had to do with self-empowerment, stepping into your power, taking out that knife that was planted in there forever and trusting in that. And the card is 36. And 36 too is, 3 is communication. And through your communication, you create peace, which is a number 6. So communicate what's in your gut. First, tune in and tap into what is within you, the energy within you and what you want, and communicate that, and that will create a greater peace. And a 36 adds up to a 9, and that means endings. And whenever there's an ending, there's new beginnings. So your new beginnings is going to be based in your divine wisdom, your divine truth, not others, not family, not what you've been taught. Not that you don't take what you need from that, because you do, the parts that help you and make you who you are, but you got to release the rest and really tune into your own empowerment. All the answers are in you. And what it says, Hahn, is divine wisdom. And this was pretty much the basis of your healing session, your activation, your anchoring of energy. Shama really wanted me to anchor this into you. And it's called divine wisdom, soul star chakra. You have the divine wisdom of the universe available at you at all times. You may know you are deeply connected to an expression of divine light of the universe. The divine light has within it powerful knowledge and wisdom of the cosmos. This light is all-knowing, wise, all-loving, intelligent light. You were reminded at this time that the wisdom is at your fingertips. Maybe that's why I had the tingling of the fingers too. Everything you need to know is within you. It's at your fingertips. You are made up of this wisdom and it runs through your blood. You can access it at will. If you've been searching for answers and guidance from sources outside of yourself, it's time to look inward. It's time to tune in, connect, and become aware of the divine wisdom that lies within. Trust the calling to deepen the awaken this aspect of yourself as you start to trust the wisdom that comes to you. Take a moment in a quiet place. Ask your questions and listen to the voice inside your heart offering you the answers, singing the song of divine wisdom. The answers lie within the chambers of your heart. Sometimes it can be challenging, bypassing those crazy thoughts. It's hard to get rid of those thoughts in your head, but get to your heart. But once you get that feeling in your body that everything is just right, you know you are there. So when it feels just right, when it feels settled, when it feels peaceful, that is the true voice of you. It's a matter of trusting the process, and as it grows stronger, you use it like a muscle. It's time to flex your heart and listen to divine wisdom it has to offer. It pulsates through every cell of your being, ready and waiting for you to awaken to its calling. And the affirmation is for you to say and know, I am aligned to divine wisdom of the universe and it flows through me in abundance. And this is a beautiful picture. It's just all releasing. And that sword that came from Mother Earth, from that knife that used to be stuck in your gut, it connects you for the spirit self and it brings it through and helps you to ground it. And you're using that sword as not as a weapon for self-destruction, but as a weapon for self-empowerment, to cut off what you don't need, to ward off the thoughts of others, to stand in your strength. And the other two cards that I got too, you had two cards that popped out, and these are my shamanic cards, and I love these. And again, this image, it looks like a sword of truth. This is your all-knowing, Hahn. This is within you. This is all of the divine wisdom. Everything you need to know is in your heart. It is a knowingness within your solar plexus. That knife that you felt that pain was removed and replaced with a sword of truth, connecting you to the higher wisdom and bringing it down into Mother Earth, bringing it into your physical body to strengthen you, to empower you, to help you trust in your inner knowing, to take action on your inner knowing. Trust that. Try to release the thoughts of the mind that aren't serving you and trust and stand strong in who you are. And then this one was the sorcerer. And this talks about dark energies. That knife that was stuck in you may be reflective of dark energies, energies that you've been told are not, that are evil within you. Energies that you feel are not good in you or are not pure. This is saying to let go and transform those dark energies. Open up to them. You may feel you have wronged people. You may feel you have been wronged in the past. Those are all just bringing those energies to light, to recognize them, to feel them, but yet to release them. And it will set you free, hence the little feather in the hair. In acknowledging dark energies within yourself where you may feel you have used your own power wrongly, and just like the acknowledgement of them, do not hold yourself and torture yourself because of them. Release them and you will be free. And you can tune in and tap into that higher knowing and transmute those energies that you feel have been wronged towards you or you at others. You can release them and transmute them into love and light. And again, to tune into that knowing within you. All those dark energies were to help you to get you to know yourself better, to get to the truth of who you are. I'll just read it real quickly what it said. What it says is the essence of that card is, this is the source of dark power. The sorcerer represents the destructive aspect of the human psyche in self-centered behavior that harms others. It symbolizes unconscious beliefs and ideas that foster separation, conflict, and scarcity. And what it says is the invitation is, when the sorcerer enters your circle, you're being called to look at how your beliefs and scarcity and self-centered fear manifest in your world. Examine the destructive part of your psyche, your mind, that misuses power and harbors feelings of resentment, vengeance, lust, greed, bigotry, or hatred. Perhaps you have harmed someone because of these dark tendencies. If so, it is not lost. You've forgotten that all beings are interconnected in the universe is abundant. The sorcerer arrives to challenge you to change your thinking. You've been given a second chance. Correct your course and practice not blaming others for the darkness that live inside you. Make peace with it and choose another way. And it says, if you've been feeling out of sorts, if you've been faced with your own character flaws and the pain that you inflict on others when you are out of alignment, radical self-acceptance is called for. You must reconcile these darker aspects of your nature so you don't behave irresponsibly or cause more harm to yourself and the ones you love. It's time to come out of denial and accept responsibility for your words and deeds. When you meet the energy of the sorcerer with humility, this destructive power transforms into grace, which you can use in service to the highest good. Perhaps it's time to make amends. Do it. It will set you free in the shadows. It will set you free from the shadows, and you will step into the light. And that's what this card is saying. You're stepping into the light when you recognize those dark energies. And I don't think so much that you're using dark energies against others. What you're doing is you're using them against yourself. Sometimes beliefs, like I know you talk about being humble a lot. There's a good way to be humble, and there is a way where you are going to the other extreme and you're giving away your power. And I think those beliefs where you are giving away your power is based in a belief that you need to let go of, because self-empowerment is self-respect. And if you don't respect yourself and empower yourself, that's going to be showed in your relationships. You're going to be taken advantage of. You're going to be not respected in the outside world. So it's just saying it's really important to let go of those darker beliefs where you are inflicting pain on yourself, and that's going to reflect it back in your relationships, or you inflicting pain, or vice versa. So it's just saying recognize those darker beliefs. And when you can recognize them and take responsibility and say, oh, I used to believe this, but taking responsibility into stepping into your power, not allowing those darker energies to work on you and to keep you powerless. That's why they want you to work with the sword of truth, of divine truth and wisdom. And that cuts through all darkness. And I know you might think of humility as a way to do this, and that is true. But true humility is trusting in that voice within you, trusting in that divine wisdom, even if you don't understand it. It's bowing down to who you are within you, which is nothing less than God's source energy. So stand strong in yourself and in those voices, because that is the greatest respect and greatest humility, is honoring yourself, Hahn. Honoring what you feel within your heart, and letting go of old beliefs and old destructive energies that might have been brought on you from your past, might have made you feel unworthy, might have made you feel you're not good enough. It's time to release all of that and to step into your freedom and your power of who you are, because everything, all the wisdom, all the knowledge, everything lies within you. Your heart is the connecting point to all aspects of you, all universes. It's your direct line of communication to God. So that was what your main theme was for your activation, clearing those darker energies, taking out that knife that was in your gut, in learning to trust and to integrate that into all aspects of your being, your thoughts, your actions, your words, how you speak, coming from a place of self-empowerment, integrity, in alignment to who you are. That is your true PowerPoint. And also, when I was done, I did look up the name Shama, because I never heard of it. I didn't know what it was. And it's actually a Hawaiian bird named Shama, and it's a thrush. You can look up the meaning. But Shama also, the definition of Shama is the ability to listen and to be heard. And what I think it's referring to you, why Shama chose that name for me to relate to you, is listening to yourself, listening to that little voice within your heart and within your gut and trusting it. Listening to that. And expressing it. So the ability to listen and to be heard. And when you will be truly heard when you come from a place of listening to from within. When you listen and speak with a more authentic energy, voice of who you are and self-empowerment, others will pick it up on those energies and respond differently to your truth. So if you are not listening to your truth, but you're listening to the outside words, you won't come across as authentic. You will not be as powerful, because power comes from your connection to Source, God, who you are innately, your array of light of God energy. That is where your power comes from. So listen to that voice. Shama is listening and being heard. And when you listen to the voice of God and you act out on that energy, you will be heard from the universe more authentically, presenting you a more authentic version of you in your world, whether it be relationships, opportunities, situations, circumstances. And Shama, I looked up Shama. Shama is actually a name also, and it's someone who is independent, someone who works hard, someone who's building a foundation. They can also get a bit materialistic. They can gain money quickly and lose it quickly. So Shama is a hard worker. They are determined. It also said Shama was listening to the heart. So Shama, your higher self, presented itself with that name because it wants you to listen to your heart. And it says sometimes the person can come across as kind of shy and meek. And that is kind of how you entered. You came forth with your higher self before I integrated you into my being. So listen to your heart, because true humility of spirit come from listening to your heart, but it's also very strong when you stand in your power. So again, I can't emphasize enough to trust what's in your gut, listen to the little voice within you. And also what they had me do during the healing session part is they had me ground you with the energy of a tree. At the bottom of your feet, you have tons of roots growing out of your feet now, and they're integrated into Mother Earth. So you may anchor your divine frequency, which is in your heart, but anchor it in your physical body so it can manifest in this physical world, because you are living in the physical world and you want to manifest your divine frequency. That is why you came. So this whole process is about clearing the energies that don't serve you. And it's about balancing and integrating the energies that are needed. And for you, it was the divine knowing and stepping in your power and knowing all the answers are within you and trusting that, and to let go of the darker aspects of yourself. Parts of you that you might think are not good enough or evil or have been not honest. That's okay. It's all served it. It's all served your purpose. Time to cut it off with your sword. Release. A lot of your healing too was release of cords of attachment. You might have cords, you did not anymore, but you had a cord released to something of disempowerment. We've pulled that knife right out of you, and it does not have power over you anymore if you choose not let it. This healing session is to bring things into your consciousness that you might not have understood before or realized were operating within you. And so then we go through, and you're a big, beautiful, abundant tree in the physical world, green and glorious and strong like an oak or an old elm tree. And your roots are grounded. Again, get out in nature, ground to Mother Earth. She is a reflection of your divinity. She's a reflection of your beauty, self-sustaining, balanced, in harmony, flows effortlessly and produces flowers and plants and all these different aspects within the system of the world of Mother Earth, all working cooperatively and harmoniously and effortlessly. So flow, get in the flow of Mother Earth, and speak your truth and stand in your power. And hopefully I will discuss this with you in a more personal level, but I just wanted to get the crux of it out of there, the bulk of it. And after I do this, other things always still come to mind, and always take things as you do, because some things will speak to you. But call upon the energy of Shama, strong, self-reliant, independent, hears well, and listens and speaks truth and integrity from the heart of who you really are. Go within. Don't look outside for your answers. I got that a lot during your reading. Don't go outside for your answers. All your power is within you. And then you will reflect back the proper answers in your life that are in alignment and congruent to your heart. So your frequency is now anchored in you. What you came here for, your purpose, your mission, your divine frequency of what you are to experience is anchored into Mother Earth. Call upon that knowingness. And you are always connected. I always imagine you're drawing upon the earth, the earth energy and the spirit, and it's coming together, and then you are expressing it. Breathe it in and release it into your physical world. All right, Hahn, thank you so much for the honor and privilege of being able to work with your energy and work with Shama. And may you be blessed and anchored in the love and light that you are, and go forth and express it. Express it. Thank you.